Heyo. So for Secrets of the Mogwai, episode 1 and 2, I wanted to do a little review with you all based on how I'm feeling about the beginning of the series. I also want to finish this. I want to finish Gotham Knights. I want to do a lot of things, but one thing at a time. Let's start with Secrets of the Mogwai episodes 1 and 2. I did watch these a while ago, but I made notes. I know what I'm talking about, and I'm actually really excited about this. In case you were wondering if I forgot about this show, I did not forget about this show. I'm still really excited about it. Just too many things are happening too fast, and unfortunately, that means I don't always have the time to sit down and review things immediately after I watch them, although I really wish I did for a lot of stuff. I think it's good to always do like a review right away, actually, and then give yourself time and then see how you're feeling about it. So both ways. But this way we're doing with the time that we had. Secrets of the Mogwai episode 1 and 2 are really awesome. Basically what's happening in the story is we're just being introduced to the characters, and then we sort of get set on this path, this journey. We get to go on an adventure, and Gizmo is there. And I didn't understand how that would make sense, but then people were telling me on the internet, oh, Amanda, this is a prequel. This is the story of Gizmo and his origin story. How he came to be with Sam, who will grow up to be the man that sells him, I think, is what happens. Although I don't understand, after all this adventuring, why he'd do that. I guess hopefully we'll find that out, because it seems like they're becoming friends. So it seems a little rude, just gonna say, if that's what's happening. Let's jump into talking about some of the things that I liked about this. Some of the things that I noticed that I thought were interesting. So the animation style, I have like divided on it. I feel like I love it, and I don't know if I would say hate it, but I dislike it at times. I almost said hate it, but then I caught myself because I was like, oh, that might be too much. I don't know. I'm hoping it grows on me the more I go, but it feels a little, I want to say flat, but I don't know if that's the right term technically. That's what it feels like to me. It feels a little flat. Yeah. I just think there could be, I don't know if it's what I want is more detailed, but it feels flat. I do like when we get a little bit closer, and maybe that's just because then there feels like there's more detail, more things going on, because I don't think it's that the animation like isn't done well. I think it's specifically the style for me. I do like it in closer up shots, but establishing shots just kind of like look a little weird, look a little disjointed. I think it is that it kind of looks like a little flat to me. It just looks lackluster, like there's not enough going on to really draw me in with an establishing shot. The script also, I'm not completely sold on it after episode 1 and 2. The script is like, there are moments when I feel like it's really good, and then there's moments when it feels very stereotypical. There's like a lot of stereotypical storytelling that feels like it's going throughout this, and a lot of like instantly assuming like relationships without us really like seeing the establishing elements of that. Kind of how, I don't know, there's a lot of people that are like, do this thing with me, trust me, do a thing, or like they're not even related, like Sam with the girl, and then also Gizmo, and it's just feels like I need a little more. But I also understand that this is an animated show and we only have so long, so sometimes you gotta jump ahead. Also, I wanted to know more about Riley Green. Riley Green, is he an Englishman? Because like he seems like he has an English name, so I was kind of wondering like, who is Riley Green? How did he get here? I want the Riley Green story. I don't know if we're gonna get the Riley Green origin story, but I would really like it apparently, so please give that to me in later episodes. There are also some charming parts to this show as well. There are some moments that feel like pretty heartfelt, I gotta say, and there's just things that are like cute, and the fact that Sam's grandfather was basically willing to give himself up. I mean, really, we're getting into episode 2 now. So in the first episode, Sam basically has to go grocery shopping. When he does, he runs into Gizmo, who's a gremlin. His grandfather, who was an adventurer but just recently like came back home and is just like settled down now, recognizes what Gizmo is and understands the importance of getting Gizmo home. And the beginning of the show is just us seeing, you know, Gizmo is like sort of alienated from his tribe and unfortunately gets separated and ends up here. He's with like a traveling circus. Doesn't want to be. He's basically being held prisoner. So they end up sort of trying to prevent really bad people from getting Gizmo and trying to get Gizmo home, because that is the right thing to do. However, then they run into Riley Green, who is this evil sort of wizard guy, sorcerer, if you will. And Riley Green is also trying to get the gremlin. And he ends up in episode 2 literally chasing them to Sam's parents' shop. And when his grandpa tries to sort of stall the wizard, the sorcerer, so that the family can get away, that his daughter and his son-in-law and Sam can get away, he ends up kind of doing a good job of that, but also ends up, I think, dying. And it was like, whoa. That's honestly, episode 2 is, I think, where it really starts to heat up because there's just more conflict in it. The voice acting, I will say, in the show, I found to be really, really good. And it really helps to draw you into the story, which is great. So everyone here, voice acting wise, is doing an amazing job. And I just wanted to put that out there. This show also has George Takei in it, who I was kind of thinking was going to be doing more, but who sounds amazing. So I don't know what's happening in this and what's going to be going on. What's going to be going on with this? Is he really just in that episode? That can't be correct. Oh, never mind. I don't know why, but it's been a little while since obviously I've watched this. I thought George Takei was playing Grandpa Wing, but he's not. He's not. He's playing Noggin. I don't know if we've met Noggin yet. I don't know. Okay, I'm very curious. Anyways, James Hong plays Grandpa Wing, and he does an amazing job, and I'm actually really sad if he is gone. I think he's gone, but sad. I gotta say, I'm enjoying the story, but I also want to learn more about the Mogwai, because this show is called Secrets of the Mogwai, so I'm really hoping we get more of that as it goes along. We're getting a little bit of it, and I'm curious to learn more. I want to know all their secrets. Give me the secrets. So yeah, episode 2, like I said, it really gears up, I think, because there's just more conflict. The magic sequence between Grandpa Wing and Riley freaked me out and also looked super cool animation wise, and that was I think the part where I really started to be like, okay, I need to watch the rest of this. I'm interested. I'm here. That's where I really got onboarded. So I'm glad I watched the first 2 episodes together. I cannot believe that Wing was killed. Grandpa Wing. Gone too soon. I hope he's not really. I hope that we can save him because he was too great and that's not fair. And he liked to have adventures. I want more adventures with Grandpa Wing. And the adventure gets really crazy. I was not expecting it to go this wild. I thought they were just going to be maybe in the town, wandering around, and Gizmo was going to come to them and cause trouble, and then they have to deal with that. But no, we're going on a gotta save the world level type of adventure, and Sam has to do this all by himself, which I found really intimidating. Well, it's Sam and Elle. So the 2 of them are doing it together, but yeah. Wow. That's all I'm going to say about that. Also, we kind of leave this episode a bit on a cliffhanger. So episode 2 is left on this cliffhanger of the gremlins. Gizmo, basically multiplied and then was fed after midnight, his clones, and then they become bad gremlins. And I am very interested to see in the next episode what will happen when Riley has to deal with that, because he's kind of left with that issue. So I think that's going to delay him a bit and at least allow Sam and Elle to get a head start, I hope, because they got a big adventure ahead of them. And I do not know what will happen, but I'm curious. I like how episode 2, it just really cracks it wide open. So I'm excited to get into more Secrets of the Mogwai. I'll be hitting you guys up with my reviews for the next few episodes, hopefully. And hopefully sooner rather than later. And that's about it for this one. So let me know your thoughts. Are you excited for Secrets of the Mogwai? Did you enjoy it? Please don't do any spoilers for the rest of the episodes because I haven't seen them yet. But feel free to discuss episodes 1 and 2 with me here, or just overall your feelings on the show as a whole. All right. I'll see you next time. Until then, stay nerdy.